Okay, so you wanted to improve your chess in 7 days. We are on day 2. I want to show you a game from an attacking player, because day 2 is about understanding the openings. And what does he mean for understanding the openings? That he says you should know which type of player you are. Okay, here the attacking player. The opening stage is a time to deploy your pieces in anticipation of a middle game attack. This explains why nowadays sharp tactical lines are favored, trendy openings embrace, and stylish checkmates expected. Master of the art are Vishwanath Anand, Magnus Carlsen, Garry Kasparov, Hikaru Nakamura, Nigel Short, and Veselin Topalov. So, Carlsen against Groen at the Norwegian Championship in 2005. Carlsen opened with d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, c6. Black supports the d-pawn and is ready to meet c takes d5 with c takes d5. Recapturing with a pawn in order to keep an equal footing in the center. If black ever recapture with queen takes d5, then knight c3, chasing away the queen and following up with e4, obviously give an advantage to white, right? Okay, so how did white continue? Obviously white didn't play c takes d5 because you want to keep the pressure in the center, and the pressure is raised by knight c3, after which e6, and here it says this position is the starting point of an opening known as the semi-Slav or the triangle formation. Okay, bishop g5, h6, bishop h4, and here there is a dubious move by black. The dubious move is queen b6, attacking here, right? Okay, it says with white's queen bishop far away from home, black deems it a right time to attack the b2 pawn. Instead, the usual is d takes c4, okay? Okay. Maybe black is trying to confuse his opponent with an offbeat choice. This can be an effective ploy, but only if the move has some use. So, if you were white in this position, what would you play? Because after all, this is important. Try to stop a second and say, okay, but if I was white, what would I play? And white played queen c2, which followed knight e4 and e3. This is a good move because allows the light square bishop to develop, okay? Bishop b4. Here the knight is pinned and black is now ready to castle kingside. Bishop d3 and queen a5. And here there is a diagram. So here you have a Magnus that is a teenager, right? Because this was 2005. I think he's born in 1990. And so this would be 15 years old, 15, so a teenager. What do you think Magnus played in this position? Try to find out, pause the video because it's important. Magnus played castle, and here it says teenager Magnus Carlsen is a world-class player, and gambiting a pawn for a lead in development and an uncastled enemy king is second nature to him. Honestly, not only to him, I have seen many Kasparov games that Kasparov really felt this thing that the enemy had left the king in the center too much, and he would start to sacrifice just to open the line and win the game. Okay, so let's see how it continues. After castle, knight takes c3, b takes c3, bishop takes c3, rook a b1, and d takes c4. So here the author writes, only 12 moves have been played and black is already under immense pressure, which indicates that the attacking player has chosen the right opening to seize the initiative. Looking at the alternatives helps us to better understand the pawn sacrifice. Okay, so what did they say? Instead of d takes c4, here the author shows a couple of things. A possible castle that could have played, or bishop b4. Okay, so instead it was played d takes c4, bishop takes c4, bishop b4. Black problem is that the obvious castle would allow a3, and then the bishop on c3 is kind of trap. So obviously it's a problem, right? So what do you think now white played in this position? White played knight e5, bishop d6, and f4, and this is a kind of something important to learn from, because if you take on here, it will take with the f pawn, and you really have finished to play. Because white has a bishop pair, because white has open lines that is attacking, it's a mess. And notice this, we are like at move 13, no? But black still didn't touch with 3 pieces, so it's like he is playing with 3 pieces less. And why do I say that? Because look, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that are all attacking some parts of black territory. Instead, black cannot say the same. What did he do? Did he really gain an advantage from the opening? I don't think so. Okay, so after f4, queen c7, queen e4, and b6. Okay, now guys, pause the video and try to find out what Carlsen played. If you want a hint, the hint is that Carlsen played a la Tal. Okay, and Tal was famous for a sacrifice on a particular square. Okay, so try to imagine that. Now, if you have paused the video and found the move, let me show you what was played in the game. Knight takes f7, a sensational sacrifice to rip apart black's defensive pawn barrier. Such a daring move was only made possible by black's failure to develop and castle. Not since the 11th move has Groen found time to bring another piece into the play, whereas white has rapidly improved his position in readiness for a breakthrough. Okay, queen takes f7, f5. Now remember, you cannot play this because And here it says f5 is the point of the inspired sacrifice. The f pawn is advanced to allow the king's rook to enter the fray. Perhaps the key to the success of the attack is the fact that black cannot safely castle. Okay, so after f5, queen h5, bishop takes e6, and now there is knight d7. And what would you play now if you were white? Because again, some of these moves are not flashy, but are what the position requires, in this particular situation. So here white played another very good move, but however is not indicated as a good move. The move is f6. This pawn throws black into total disarray. The primary threat is bishop g4 check, right? Because check from the queen, but is a discovery check. Okay, so after which black plays knight takes f6 and white plays rook takes f6. Obviously is removing a possible defender. And here it says Carlsen eliminates the knight which is attacking his queen, so that he can once again threaten bishop g4 check. So what did black do? Black played queen takes h4. Boom. So what would you play here? At this point you are going for a checkmate. It's queen takes c6 check, king e7, rook f7, king takes e6, and now can you see the final move of this game? What is the final move of this game? I think you can see it if you focus very hard. The move is rook c4 mate. Boom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this game from Improve Your Chess in 7 Days. This was the second day, and if you don't improve, you can still complain to the author, but don't tell me, it's not my fault. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and let's see to the next video from one of these beautiful books. Thank you very much for watching.